You know, many of us are feeling it is now time to change the world. And whilst that is so exciting, it's also potentially stressful to try and balance, our own self-honouring and the needs of our families, so that we're not self-sacrificing ourselves or our families in our passion to create a difference, to create positive social change. So how do we do it? How do we do it in a way that is sustainable and is honouring of what we value? Well, we need to do it in alignment with the natural cycles. I'll explain what I mean. In the sacred feminine tradition, we look to Mother Nature as teacher. So if we want to create a divine life, a life that is balanced, a life where we feel fulfilled because we've found our purpose, our calling, and we are making a difference, then we need to align with the natural cycles. Then we can harness the ebb and flow. We can ride the currents, like a bird. You'll see what they do is they surf those thermal drifts and soar to conserve their energy. And we can do the same. For example, you wouldn't plant a seed in the middle of the snow and expect it to thrive. So when we understand the natural cycles and how we can grow and create intent with the natural cycles, we know exactly when to seed an idea, when to have a meeting, when to launch a project. We know when to do the research, the planning, the development. We know exactly when to share that idea, to promote it on social media. And we know when to harvest it and when to release it and analyze what worked, what didn't work, do that review process. All in alignment so that it's graceful. So the other thing that we do in sort of the feminine way is we work together. Okay. Now, working together is something that, our mums teach us. Yeah, you need to cooperate. And on Sesame Street, we had the same message. But then, we look around and we see a world where it's kind of, competition and comparison and dog eat dog, and we get caught up in that. And it really doesn't work for us, and it really doesn't work for women, okay? Because it just goes against everything that gives us a sense of strength. Women, we get our strength by coming together. If you meet up with a girlfriend, you'll probably walk away feeling, oh, so much better. We process through talking. Similarly, we generate energy by coming together and firing off ideas, our intuitive insights that we've had, and we grow our wisdom. So if we want to create projects that are not just successful but enjoyable, then we need to do it together, okay, rather than the old paradigm which was coming from the wounded feminine and operating out of this, I've got to do everything on my own. If I don't do it, it won't get done. There won't be enough to go around if I share, this sort of, scarcity thinking. So a good process that you can try for yourself at home is run yourself a bath. Now, the reason I suggest that, if you don't have a bath or you don't like to bath, a foot bath is absolutely fine for this process, because water is the feminine element. When we immerse ourselves in this element, even partially, we soften. We become more receptive. And our subtle senses, which is our inner sensing, our inner knowing, our inner hearing, our inner feeling, that all becomes more attuned, more perceptive. So in a bath, it's why we get our best ideas in the shower. We can ask questions of our own highest intelligence. For instance, we can close our eyes in the bath and we can say, who do I know that is really aligned with my values, my mission, my ideas? And then just wait to see who pops in, whether that's a visual, if you're more clear, what's the word? Yeah. Oh goodness, I'm thinking clairaudient. Anyway, some of us are more visual, some of us are more clairaudient, in other words, inner hearing, inner sensing. It's the most common one, clairvoyant. Thank you. So, yeah, don't worry if you don't see somebody. You might get an inspired thought, someone will drop in, and just ask, how can we work together? Yeah, how can we, since we're on the same page, pool our energy, generate our energy to help each other? And this isn't just for building your mission. This might be for carpooling. Yeah, this might be bartering to get your needs met. So the way of the feminine is to weave together. Woven we are strong, all right? So, we've got to give up whatever addiction we have to proving our worth by doing everything on our own, because ultimately it's no fun, life's a struggle, and we burn out. So yes, it is time to save the world, but we have to do it in a way that is cyclic and harnesses our energy through the power of community, and then we'll create something that is sublime and fruitful on every level, emotionally, mentally, energetically, socially, financially, you name it. Because it takes the whole, just like it takes, like the African proverb, a whole village to raise a child. It creates, it takes community to birth any creative project. So if you're still doing things on your own, time to look around you and see, okay, how could I do this in a different way? Thank you.